another this fifth session, correct? The
It
fifth
is,
session,
yes.
second last session, and Prabhu has asked you a lot of work, but I did not see. If you shared with Prabhu, that's very good. And over to Varunpati Govind Prabhu and team, Haripriya Mataji, Saket, and
Sab-
Aryan is there.
Wait, Aryan. Yes,
Aryan.
Aryan is also here, Prabhuji.
Okay. So today for judging, you need any external help?
Not today, Prabhuji. Next year, yes. Next session, yes. But I will be in touch when we need to have that going.
Okay.
Yeah,
My
but
son is
today we are
also
going to
here.
practice.
Okay, Prabhu. So over
Allah.
to you to take
Do-
up today's session. Thank you very much.
Would
Hare
we like to
Krishna.
take any break, Prabhuji, before we start? I wonder.
Yeah, all want to have a break? 5 minutes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Okay. So take 5 minutes break and so that like give little relief to the eyes. You were there for the last 75 minutes, not I think 90 minutes continuously on the screen. Give a little and then like let's connect back again in exactly 5 minutes. Okay,
Sounds good.
11:15 will start. So Prabhuji, did you receive some interviews or no?
No, Prabhuji, I didn't receive any interviews yet. There were a couple of leaders who were in touch, but I haven't received anything as such.
Okay.
Yeah. But today I'm going to touch base on. Today, the plan is to revise everything what we have done.
Okay. Just 1 second.
Sure.
So how's Mataji, Aryan and Saket?
Very nice, Prabhuji. Krishna Kripa, all the Vaishnavas, blessings, doing
Okay.
well.
So,
And
so my son is here. So then like Nilesh, he just
Nilesh,
came last week. So I was
Hare
introducing.
Krishna. There you go. How are you doing? Very nice, very nice. Good to hear, Prabhuji.
So please keep him in your prayers and association.
Sure, will do. Will do. Definitely. I'm here in South London in Sutton. So I think you got my number. So please keep in touch. Obviously, now we are freely moving. It's not that open yet. But once it is, please come and visit us. And there are, I don't know if you're already associated, but there are many devotees there around the area you live. So I'm sure we will be able to associate if you are not already associated.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Good to see you. Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Good to catch up.
Okay. So next week you will be needing some help or?
Yes, Prabhuji. Next week need at least 6 judges. You could be one of them. But if you can find some more, that would be really helpful, Prabhuji.
Nilesh, do you volunteer to be judge next week? Do you volunteer to be judge next week? Okay. I'll see if Nilesh also can be one of the judge.
Great, Prabhuji. That will be really nice. I have the judging criteria, which I will share.
Yeah.
And it details what do we need to judge against, and we can give the naming, the numbers, and I think it will be really, really helpful in that case.
Okay, so we'll have all our Dridha Bhakti class teachers to be
Yes.
coming for judging, and if some
Great.
youth also can come.
Very nice. Yes.
Mm.
That will be really helpful. Obviously,
Yeah.
more teachers we have, the better it is. And I will share the judging criteria. So there will be 4. So we have the speaking. So all the speeches, all the speakers, they have all the evaluators. So 4 speakers, 4 evaluators, then 4 impromptu speakers on the spot. They will get something. It could be a picture, it could be a phrase, and then there will be for 4, there will be 4 impromptu evaluators. So they all together there will be 16, and there are different timings. And I will give the timings today, so they will have it. And apart from that, then there is interview videos. So I will
Okay,
check with you.
so you'll be needing more time next week?
Should be okay, Prabhuji. Within a couple of hours, we will do it.
Okay, okay.
Yes, it should do.
Okay, okay. If little bit extended, even then it's not a big issue.
All right, that would be great if you
No,
know
only I
that.
was asking that if you want 3 hours, so then we can start your session at 10.
Okay. It should do it, Prabhuji. The way it goes, that because it's a couple of minutes each maximum.
Okay.
So we should able to do it. Like today, just because we would like to provide the feedback to everyone, it might take a bit longer. But otherwise, no, I think it will be good.
Okay, the time is up. I think everybody is back.
Everybody's back.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay, over to Prabhu for conducting today's session. Thank you very much, Prabhu, and big welcome again for
Hare Krishna.
Varunpati Prabhu, Hari Priya Mataji, Saket, and Aryan.
Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Bol. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, everyone. Let me just
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So good to have you all. And whom I can look? I can't look for anyone. Could somebody raise the hand? Okay, I can see the Rishabh there. Rishabh, could you raise the hand? You could hear me and you could see my slide. Okay, Rishabh, they got it. Vaishnavi gave the thumbs up. Suresh is there with very nice Zoom virtual background. Great, great, good to have you. Okay, all right. So let's quickly revise before we move further. Okay. Right.
Prabhuji, we can even see the next slide.
You can even see the next slide. Oh,
yes,
right.
in the presenter view.
Yeah, well, I'm in a presenter view. The issue is I just need to check which is my first. Okay, yeah, because I was sharing the other screen. Yeah, now you can see only one slide.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, this is my machine which Arvind plays around a lot. Haribo. Okay, let me check. Somebody left a message in chat. Okay, so I got the cameras, I got the chat. Let's move on. Right. So remember, if you haven't already, please rename yourself. That will be really good. Yeah. Okay, moving forward. So this is the 5th session we are going to have. This is what we call penultimate, the second last session. Next session is going to be the competition. So this session is for the practice.
Prabhu, you're muted.
Prabhu, you're muted.
Hare Krishna. Sorry, I did that intentionally. I was just saying something to Aryan. Oh, right. Okay. So now, as I requested last time, so where I left last time, there was a homework right at the end of week 4. And I'm going to touch base from there in this week, week 5. We said from each group, we need to have the best speaker. So there will be one speaker. So I'm going to go to the leaders, and each leader, I'm going to ask that whether you go best speaker and best evaluator. So out of 6 or 8 members in the group, there should be one speaker you need to name, one evaluator you need to name, one best impromptu speaker. So best speaker is the one who will have the speech pre-prepared. So you will practice throughout the time, and it could be one of those classes you have already delivered. But the best impromptu speaker is going to get the topic then and there. And this is another thing we will practice today, hopefully with Hari Priya Mataji. And then we need to have best impromptu evaluator. So again, this is what we're going to do today. And this is what we are going to do next session, right? So next session, which will be the last session, is going to be the competition. But this session today, we are going to practice. So it could very well be this, especially for the speakers, we will have twice the opportunity. So if you have something, prepared, deliver it today, right? And then you are going to get lots of feedback, right? One speaker, one evaluator, and this will go in the pair. However, obviously, we would like to give opportunity a lot to everyone, in which case we will let everyone evaluate, everyone. So be ready. When the speaker is speaking, I will pick out of 6 evaluators, there will be one evaluator who will evaluate, but after that, all of us will get the chance to evaluate. Now, what's going to happen after that? Then we will have 6 speakers and we will have 6 evaluators. So that will be best speakers and best evaluators, and you will get the feedback and you will go to the finals next week. Then we will move on to the impromptu, and then similar thing, you will say for each group, the leader will nominate. If you have not already, then look for the speaker evaluators, the impromptu speaker, impromptu evaluator. You need to have 4 different names. Okay? I hope it's clear, at least to the leaders. So this is the plan. Now, excuse me just for a sec. I just need to give one instruction to Aryan. Hare Krishna. Thank you. So moving forward, remember, this is what I'm going to request. If you have not already decided, please decide. I'm just going to wrap up what we have covered so far, and then I will request the very first team to nominate their speaker, and that speaker will deliver their speech. Right. Remember the way we said we're going to do, and that's how we have been doing. So we explain as a team, and then we provide the demo as a team, and then you guys do the practice. Okay. And this is the opportunity you have. Not only that, you practice, based on your practice, you get the evaluation. So you deliver the speech, you get the evaluation, you improve yourself, and then you plan it again. You deliver the speech again, you get the evaluation again, you improve it further, plan it again. And that's how the cycle works. Doesn't matter whether you do it for 6 weeks, or you do it for 6 months, or you do it for 6 years, right? This is the cycle which you will always, whether it's material or spiritual, you plan to do something, you do it, and based on how you do it, you get the feedback. Sometimes you get constructive feedback, sometimes you get very negative feedback, but it's up to you if you like to take every feedback as constructive and then improve yourself, plan it again, and deliver the speech again, or anything you would like to do. If you would like to deliver a Bhagavatam class, if you would like to do any devotional service, that's how the cycle will go. Again, materially, spiritually, this cycle you will hear a number of times. So we have explained, we have given the demo, now the chance to do more practice. We have been doing practice. Now speaking, there are a few things we need to remember about speaking. Again, we have covered this. So this is just to remind you. Saket has asked about the timing. Saket, I will give you the timing. I will give all the timings for all the 4 to everyone in a bit. In speaking, remember the few things, and I'm going to share the criteria which judges will have. So judges going to give the marks for each category, right? Now it might be very hard for them, but if you have that criteria with you in advance, you can prepare your speech. You know how to take care of it, and we will spend some time on it. But again, what you see on the slide, you have already seen. This is not new. So just to revise, you need to have a structure. You need to have BBC, beginning, body, and conclusion. And then you need to have a vocal variety. It should not be like, dumb. It should not be very fast all the time. You need to go fast. You need to go slow. You need to keep your audience engaged, right? I hope you guys are not sleeping. So there should be pace. There should be clarity. And there should be some feelings in your character. Okay, right. Rishabh Dev has asked if I can deliver my old speech. Yes, Rishabh, you can. If you would like, you can deliver your old speech, but with the improvement. If you remember the feedback you got last time, implement those feedback, deliver that speech today. You're going to get more feedback today. The same speech you can deliver next week, right? And that's the whole practice of today. You deliver the speech, you get the feedback, and include that feedback in your speech and deliver it again next week. Okay, so that's a plan. Now, great. Now, going forward, remember, when you will come on, like you would see, when I think or I read, I go quiet. I don't say, you know, these are exclude. These are called fillers. We don't want to use those fillers. What do we want to use? We want to use the pauses, not a long pause, small pause, like that, right? Remember, that's how we're going to do it. Now, moving forward, this is for the speaking. As I said, you have already done it. I'm going to share the judging criteria. I'm going to share the timing with you. Okay, right? Now, what will happen? Evaluation. Now, the speaking and evaluation will go hand in hand. So there's 6 speakers will come and 6 evaluators are there. And obviously, you will get the feedback on both speech and the evaluation. So always remember that. Now, again, all those things we say you do in the speaking, we need to take care that you will evaluate the speaker in the same format. If you remember, okay, if I deliver the speech, I need to take care of these things. As an evaluator, think of those things. Well, if I will deliver the speech, I would do those things like BBC, vocal variety, whether it was interesting, whether it was engaging. If it wasn't, include that as a part of your evaluation. So as an evaluation, you need to think what the speech should be if you would deliver it and how you will improve it further, right? So, but again, the format, the structure in evaluation is very important. Appreciate the speaker first. Second, provide the feedback, at least 2 of them. Recommendation, what the speaker can improve. Doesn't matter how good the speaker is, there is always a scope of improvement. And the third one, summarize it completely, right? And you could do that within a minute, right? Okay, so moving forward, the timing we said for the speakers, the time will be 2:30, 3 and 3:15, and you can see the colors. 2:30 is the minimum. If you won't speak for 2:30, you will be disqualified, and that's what happens in the competitions, right? Somebody who was supposed to be the first lost by 1 second. 1 second less, 1 second more, you could lose. So you need to at least speak for 2:30. This is prepared speeches. Okay, this is prepared speeches. So 2:30, 3 and 3:15. Now again, the RN will be timer. Pin the timer. You need to know the timer. 2:30 is the minimum one. All right. Okay. Right. Okay. So this is the timing for the speaker. And if you see here, this is the time of evaluators along the side of the speeches. So the speech will be 2:30 minimum, and then evaluation of the same speech should be 1 minute minimum. 1 minute got to be there. If you have not seen the timer shown you green and you stopped, then you are disqualified. So make sure your evaluation should go more than 1 minute. And usually we take it for 3 minutes, but because we are doing it first time here in Damodar Desh, that's why we are keeping it low to 1 minute. So it's very reasonable, very realistic, appropriate to you. So 2:30, 3:15, 3:30, a minute, 15, 30. So remember, it's just 15 seconds added right at the end. Okay. Right, thank you. 2:30, 3:15, 3:30. Okay. Well, the speech is timing 3 and 3:50. Sorry, speech is timing wrong here on this slide, and this is what I was checking. This is the one, 2:30, 3 and 3:15. It should be 2:30, 3 and 3:15 on the left hand side. Okay, for the speeches. But make sure the green is the one. I don't think anybody gonna reach to the red one, but I will correct it. But 2:30 is the minimum for speech and 1 minute for the evaluation. Okay, so this is the judging criteria. And this is what I'm going to share with the judges. Now, obviously, this is one page, and I'm going to zoom in. And if you see the top bit there, judging items, suggested points, if you can see. If you can see my pointer, you see if somebody is fair, somebody is good, somebody is very good, somebody is excellent. How are we going to find out? On the left hand side, you see speech development, effectiveness, and in the underneath the title, it says what it involves, right? And you will see, for example, the first three things, they become the part of content, what the content of your speech is. And for each, you get the points. So number 1 could be Rishabh Dev. Number 2 could be Suresh. And if you see, these are the columns. So the judge will type, if there are 6 speakers, there will be 1 column per speaker. So there will be 6 columns for 6 speakers, and each column will get filled for each speaker by each judge. So somebody will say, oh, Suresh, he had a great speech development. And so the judge could feel it, that the speech is developing, right? If the speech is not developing, somewhere from here, somewhere from there, then it's hard to say. Then whether it was effective, right? If it's not effective, which means the audience got bored, then it won't be nice. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you. I think I've shared this with you in past. I'm going to share with you in the chat. You can always download this, but always remember this. And Suresh has asked if impromptu speech is 1 minute. Yes. And I'm going to, so in the morning, well, the session we are doing now is the session for the speech and evaluation. After that, when we will move on further, then we will have a break, and then we will come back to impromptu. Then I will share the timings for that as well. So 2:30 for the speech, 1 minute for the evaluation. Okay. Now again, remember, there are a lot of things you can do here to get the marks. And if you want, for example, it says physical movement. If you just sit there and do it, no. If you come close, and in your speech, if you have the body language involved, obviously when we do face-to-face, then you have a lot of opportunity. But still, you need to move. You need to, if you have the character in your speech, you need to make it live. People should feel that. Not that people should not feel you are Rishabh Dev. In your story, if you are a demon, if you are an angel, or if you are a gopi, then audience should feel you are that person, right? As we say, personified, anger personified. So you should become that. You want 5 minutes break? Okay, yes, sure. We will meet. Okay, Rahul said we need 5 minutes break. I hope you mean not now, but a bit later, because we just had the break. So yes, we have speech, evaluation, then break, and then we will do impromptu. So remember all these points. Voice flexibility and volume we have already talked about. If I will go to the next slide, you can see rest of them. Manner. If you are not enthusiastic, right? How the delivery is. If it's not good, then well, people won't get, say, the way I'm speaking now. It's not really nice. It's not direct. It's not very assuring. So these are the things you need to think of, right? And again, the audience, the language, the grammar, the pronunciation. So for example, if I pronounce Suresh wrong, now it's okay, it's a name. But if again, as a part of your story, you have a word or you have a name like Dhenukasur, if you pronounce that very wrong, then yeah, maybe the judge will think, oh, well, maybe he did not practice or she did not practice that well. Let's change it. What are we going to do? So think of it, 100 points you can get. Out of 100, depends how many you're going to get. Now what happens at the end? each judge, so we will not know the points. Nobody will know how much points you got. So if later you will ask me how many points you got, I won't know. So save yourself not asking for it. Okay, what we will know, each judge. So for example, if there are 6 judges, each judge will give 3 names, like according to him or her, who is first, who is second, who is third. And then we will put all those together, and every person who got first place for each judge will get 3 points, second place 2 points, third place 1 point. And then this way we will put together and we will see who got the most points, including the feedback from all the judges. Okay, and then we will have the final first, second and third place. And then obviously, as we said, you might get some gifts, you might get some certificates. Be ready for it. Okay, you could use them for the future if in case you would want them. All right, okay. Any questions before we move on? And I will request somebody to come along and do the speech. Any questions, please?
Yes, Prabhu, one question.
Demanta, you have to be a bit louder.
Prabhu, it's Vrinda.
Oh, is it Vrinda? Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
for some reason. Oh, yes, yeah, Vrinda. I can see it, yes.
So the first place and second place and that the chart that you showed us, that's only for the best speaker or for everything?
Okay, very nice. So what will happen? For example, I have the list of all the teams. So I'm going to go to the first group, for example, and request the leader to nominate the very first speaker. So that speaker will be the best speaker of that team. And that speaker is the one who is going to speak next week as well. And hopefully the same speech, because the point is the best speaker will deliver the speech today and will get the feedback. Now what happens? So for example, team 1, Rupa Goswami's team, Anirudh will nominate somebody and that person will deliver the speech today, right? And then I will request one evaluator from another team, and that evaluator will evaluate that speech. However, we all will have the opportunity to evaluate that speech. And then I will give Mataji there, Satvik, Aryan, we will give the feedback on the speech and on the evaluation. So both the speaker and the evaluator will have something, constructive feedback to improve. Yeah. And if your little sister would like to join, she can also join. All right. We say young youth leadership program. So everybody could join. Okay, great. Nice question. Thank you, Vrinda. Anybody else, please?
Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Dementa, for some reason, it...
We could hear him, Prabhu. Dimanta, can you unmute your mic?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Bro, can you hear him?
Prabhuji's video just turned off abruptly.
Prabhuji's video is not turned off. It's just stuck.
Whose? Dimanta's
Prabhuji's.
videos are.
No,
Oh,
Dimanta's. Prabhuji.
yeah. Let me just spotlight.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, bro, we can
Yes,
hear you.
Prabhuji.
Great.
Prabhuji, can you hear me?
Yes, some internet.
Bro, Dimanta wants to ask you something.
Yes, Dimenta, go for it, please.
Prabhuji, for the impromptu speaker, they get a random topic, right?
Yes.
The judges choose, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Prabhu, once we get the topic, do we like immediately start speaking, or do we get time to think about it and like gather points and keep it ready in our mind?
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Pranav. Very good question. Very good question. Now, and this is international, the global, the rule is you will get the topic, but the timing will not start until you speak your first word. Now, you could come there, you could stand there, and then you're thinking in your head without saying a word. Now, again, as a part of it, it's not only the first word, it's your physical movement as well, because a lot of time body language is used. But doesn't matter body language for now. The very first word, so I will request, I will make clear it to the judges, especially the timers, that the time will start when the speaker, for impromptu, when the speaker will start the very first word. Thank you, Pranav. Very good question. Okay, Vrinda, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I wanted, but then I forgot. It's okay.
Okay, no worries, it will come back. If it will come back, please let us know. All right, okay. So yes, remember. And now for impromptu, I will give you 2 pieces of advice when we will reach to that point. Okay, so after break, when we will start doing impromptu, I will give you 2 hints, and using them, you doesn't matter what the topic is, you can always say something. You can always say. Yes, Vrinda, please.
Yes, I got it back. So for the impromptu speaker, we will get a picture or like a sentence or a word.
Okay, all right. The way it goes, and let me, what's the way Mataji will do. So a lot of participants say, oh, my topic was much harder compared to him or her. So that's why what do we usually do? We give the opportunity. Remember, Mataji did the numbers. So Mataji will give the opportunity to the speaker that choose your number, which means you have the choice. So yeah, and then based on your choice, it could be a phrase, it could be a word, it could be a picture, it could be any of those, right?
Okay.
Again, the tips I'm going to give you, 2 tips. Those 2 tips will work for anything you receive. And in our life, we need to be ready for anything and everything. Okay. If you think in terms of Krishna consciousness, the same thing.
Yes, and one last question.
Sure.
So it will be we have to say like a story. We have to think of a story, or like just describing the picture or the word or whatever.
Okay. It could be a story and it could be the description. The point is, for a minute, you need to say something about it. And this is again for impromptu. You need to say something about the topic, about the word, about the picture. Whatever you will say, it should be impactful. Impactful means it should make your audience think, right? So it doesn't matter wherever you will get the chance to speak about Krishna, your audience should think about it. So you are gone, but your words will stay. What we say, we have Vapu. So there are 2 kinds of service we could do for our spiritual master. We can do Vapu, which is physical or nearby. And then we have Vani. Vani is the instructions, the voice, the speech, right? And that's what we follow. This is more important than the first one.
Okay.
So that's the idea. Yes. Whether you give this story or whether you describe it, the idea is there should be a call of action. The speaker should take away something. Not that, oh, I heard Vinda, yeah, she was nice. No. I heard the Vinda, her message was nice. Yes. Her message was nice. Her message was clear. What she said made me think what I'm eating, how am I behaving, right? So the whole idea is to bring everyone around us into Krishna consciousness. And how are we going to do it? We're going to do it by the speech, the power of speech we have, the words we choose. Great question, Vrinda. Thank you so much. Well
Thank
done.
you.
Okay. Rishabh Dev, are you saying something or are you practicing your speech?
I'm probably practicing.
Okay, no worries. You can mute yourself and keep practicing. Well done. Anybody else, please? Any questions before we move forward?
No, probably no question.
Okay. Before I move forward, I would like to ask a question. Okay. Rahul Waman said move. Okay, great. Thank you for the consent. I can see, oh, Suresh just switched off his camera. So if you remember Suresh's camera, he had a virtual background and there was a Vishnu, and hopefully Lakshmi. Yes, Vishnu and Lakshmi. There are 3 types of Vishnu. Anybody knows which type of Vishnu there in his background? Vaishnavi?
Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Shirodakshaya Vishnu.
Shirodakshay Vishnu?
No, wait, no. I'm
Prabhuji,
confused.
Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
Yeah, it's Garbhodakshaya Vishnu.
I'm confused.
Great. It is Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Yes. So, Vrinda, to answer your question, it could be one of those pictures, and then we will say, okay, could you say something about Vishnu? And then very first thing you will make it clear which Vishnu it is. Why do you think that this Vishnu is that Vishnu? And then what that Vishnu does. And if we know about it, how that's going to change our life. Yes. So this is how we can develop this story. Okay, great. And this is thinking on your feet. Right? But again, the techniques are there. And when you have something, you will say, oh, I can talk about it. And you won't believe in the industry. So I've been working for around 18 years now. In the industry, it's not those people who are clever and smart. Those people who could speak better, they get higher position and more money. Not that being in Krishna consciousness, we would like to have higher power and more money. But again, if we have those, then we can utilize those things in Krishna consciousness, in the service of Krishna. Okay, great. So if you don't have any questions, moving forward, and my iPad gone. So let me just key in so I can select. Okay. So today, how about we start from, so I hope all the leaders are there. I'm still looking and I can search. Okay, I can see Siddharth. So Siddharth, so sometimes we start in the beginning, sometimes we start at the end. I don't like the pattern because people can predict the patterns and they say, oh, Prabhuji always start in the beginning, so our turn will come at the end. So that's why I like to mix things. All right, okay. So team 4, Jiva Goswami and Siddharth, I can see you and you're coming off mute. Well done, saving time. Who is the best speaker at your end, please?
Sweetie.
Sweetie. Yes, Sweetie is there in the list. Sweetie.
Yes, Prabhu.
Haribol. Sweetie, would you like to start? Again, just to remind, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Again, you can't really think of the timing while you're saying, but remember where RN is. If you want, you can pin him and the timing. Just the main thing is to speak for at least 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Think of all those things. And rest of you, think of the evaluation. We need to give the evaluation. Okay, great. And just to make it sure, team 3, Raghunath Bhatt's team, Nikita, whoever is the evaluator, you don't need to tell us now. Whoever the evaluator at your end, that person is going to evaluate Sweetie's speech. I'm going to come back to you. Okay, great. Sweetie, I'm going to put myself on mute. Over to you now, please.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis. Friends, I'm Sweetie of grade 10th. I thanks to my group leader, VP Govind Prabhu, Braj Prabhu, Medha Janva Mataji, and Anupama Mataji. I love outdoors. I have been to treks in Himalayas on multiple occasions. I once spent an entire night in a dense forest with a friend, where this act was not to show off how brave I was, but it was forced on me by my foolishness. During the trek, I and a friend got too adventurous and stayed from our regular route despite instructions to the contrary by our trek guide. We got lost. We survived somehow, but I have not given up on my adventure streak. These outdoor expeditions have also forced me to learn basic cooking. I don't boast of cooking dishes you will relish, but yes, you are dying of hunger in the middle of night, you can expect me. I also love cycling long distances, and I can manage singing, which some may find intolerable. I am from Surat. It's not a big place, but it somehow exists on map. I am really excited to be in college, which is a completely new phase of my life. I look to have some fun, making new friends and learning skill in next 4 years. If you're organizing an outdoor event in future, you can always count on me for help. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. I conclude my speech with an interesting quote. Don't feel yourself to be alone because God is always with you. Trying times often cause fear, worry, stress, and anxiety. Currently, it's also the cause of isolation and social distancing, which can be increased loneliness. But remind us that we are never truly alone because God is always with us in the joyful days, the sad ones, and even in the between ones. Thank you.
Haribo. Thank you. Aryan, could you please give us the timing?
Yes. It was 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
2 minutes and 7 seconds. Now, sweetie, the very first question.
Yes, Prabhu.
You were a bit short. Did you realize it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So now you know that you do need to add something.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Okay.
I will
Great.
add some more points.
Yes, that's the very first thing. Very good. The second thing, and again, remember, all the evaluation goes to all the speakers. It's not that whatever the evaluation will not only go to the speaker. Obviously, speaker is the first one to take on, but it will go to everyone. So always remember that. So thank you so much, sweetie. And I will come back to you. Quickly, going to Nikita. Nikita, so who is going to evaluate sweetie's speech, please?
Saket is going to evaluate her speech, Prabhu.
Sorry, a bit louder, Nikita.
Saket.
Satwik. Satwik?
Saket.
Saket. Sorry, I must be missing Saket. Yes, Saket, please.
Yes. So, sweetie, your speech was quite good. It hooked me when you were starting. It was a good way when you greeted others and you thanked others for you getting the opportunity. But I would like to give you a few suggestions. It would be better if you would add some more content in your speech to make the speech a bit longer. And it's better if you follow the BBC pattern. Although you did it till quite some extent, there were some parts which were lacking. I would also suggest you could use a bit better vocabulary, and it could be a better way of hooking or engaging your audience. Finally, I would like to say that your clarity was a little low, and I felt that you were taking a little too many pauses after each full stop. But overall, your delivery was very good, and I felt that you had feelings in your speech. Your conclusion was quite good, and I felt your topic was also apt for your speech. That's from my side. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you, Saket. Thank you. Aryan, could you please give the timing for Saket?
Yes, it was 59 seconds.
A second. A second. Right, okay. So, one tip for everyone, pin the timer. Remember, once you have lost, you have lost. Life does not give the second chance. Okay? A second have cost many. I have personally met someone who was at district level. District level means if you will be winning, then you will represent England. So you have the club, you have the area, you have the division, you have the district. You will go out and you will represent if you will win that. And the person lost by a second, was disqualified by a second. So great, Saket, but again, timing is very important. Okay, moving on.
Yes, Prabhu. I have to pin the timer next time.
Very nice.
Prabhuji, I have a question.
Please, Krish.
Does it have to be like exactly 1 minute, or does it have to be like a little more than 1 minute?
Okay. The answer is, if you remember, there is range. A minute is minimum, and then you have, so minimum you got to speak for a minute, and then you can move forward. And then maximum is also there, which is highlighted in red.
Okay. Now, I want to ask a question. Like for the impromptu speaker, if he gets a topic, but if he does not know the topic, what should he say it or should he?
Okay, I will come back to impromptu. I will give you a couple of I will give you 2 tips for that. Okay, even if you don't know the topic, still you can talk more than the required time.
Okay, bro.
Okay, great. Now, before moving further, anybody would like to give any feedback to the speaker, Sweetie, or to Saket as evaluator? Anyone?
Dimanta would like to tell to Saket.
Okay, Dimanta, go on, please.
Saket, it was a very good speech, and he covered all the points, and also first he covered the good points of Sweetie. But one thing I would tell him to do is slow down a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else, please? Either for the speaker or for the evaluator. No? Okay.
Krishna?
Hare Krishna. Yes, please, Krishna Priya.
Yeah, so maybe Sweetie could on a video camera or something like, because body language also matters.
Yes. Very nice. Thank you, Krishna Priya. Anybody else, please? Oh, right. Okay, great. So if I will summarize very quickly, Sweetie, your speech was brilliant, right? It was very nice the way we were going. You developed it very nicely. You started it well. You ended it very well, right? BBC, like what Saket said, if you could make it clear. So sometimes what happens, it's in our head, it's clear. But whether we can transfer that to other, like physics teacher, physics is very clear in his head, but whether he can make it clear for his students, that's the main thing. That's the main thing. Otherwise, you could be a brilliant scientist doing something, but you won't be a brilliant teacher. If you would like to be a teacher, if you want to be a leader, then you got to make it. You got to get that power to make it clear to others. Okay. So remember that, please. Always, always remember that. You have it clear, but you need to make it clear for others as well. Your evaluator should not think that you did not have structure, because I know you had the structure. Okay. We have already mentioned about the timing. Think of the timing, practice. For everyone, record yourself either on Zoom or on WhatsApp. Deliver your speech and record yourself, watch yourself and see what happens. The timing will improve, the vocal variety will improve, the body language will improve. And yes, Sweetie, like Krishna Priya said, if you could have your camera open, that will definitely help. That will give you extra points. Otherwise, you can see that sheet, which I have not shared in the chat yet. Let me share it. You can see there is a category for body language. You will miss out on that.
Okay, Prabhu.
Great. So it was really, really, really nice. Very nice. And on
Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice, Sweetie. Saket, I think you had a great order. And again, the structure, if I will talk about the evaluation, I think it was really nice. You followed the way we say commendation, recommendation, and then conclusion, the summary at the end. So it was thoroughly done, right? Couple of recommendations. The very first thing when you say, oh, you said you were quite good, you thanked others, and then quickly you jumped into recommendations. Now, say a bit more. It should be proportionate, not just one sentence of appreciation and a lot of recommendations, and right at the end, just one sentence of conclusion, summary, and you appreciate again. Say a couple of sentences as appreciation. What did you really like? You could say, oh, I really like the way you said your vocal variety. When you said that, your vocal variety was good. When you did this, oh, I really like that. So pick few things from the speech and rephrase it back. Remember, if we will, like this morning, I heard live from His Holiness, I was about to say Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, but His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj. And it was brilliant. If I need to ask a question from him, then what I will do, I will, first of all, I will thank him and I will say, I really like what you said in your speech about this. So he knows that I was effectively listening to him. And then I will say, I have a question and how can I understand that? And then once, otherwise, most of the time, and if you haven't heard Maharaj's, especially question and answers, he's bang on. He doesn't waste time. You ask the question, he will say, this is the answer, move on. Not, he won't elaborate. Brief, just a one word, two words, that's it, done. I already said that in my speech. If it's recorded, watch it there. Thank you. And I'm here in London, and he's one of residential monk who usually comes around. So I've spoken to him a number of times. I've heard him, and it's great. But it's one of those techniques which we couldn't have it. So effective listening. Saket, always remember for the evaluators, pick few things from the speech. Oh, you said that. I like that, right? And you said that, but I think you could say this way. For example, when you were speaking, you were very fast. I think you could go a bit slow. So you can demonstrate in your evaluation. Okay, great. But I think, Saket, the way you did it, you gave the recommendation, a lot of recommendation, which is really, really good. And finally, summarized. I think that summarization was very nice in your evaluation. And all of us should learn that. So a great speech and a brilliant evaluation. First track. Okay, moving forward, and very soon we are going to take a break. Now, if we move to the other pair, now if I will go to Sanatan Goswami, Pranav. Pranav, who is the best speaker at your end, please?
Prabhu, I'll say Rishabh Dev.
Rishabh Dev. All right, okay. And we know Rishabh Dev been practicing. Hari Bol. Rishabh Dev, over to you. Please pin, or make sure, if you can't pin, make sure you can see Aryan's camera. Speak until you see green background.
Prabhuji, Aryan's camera is off.
Aryan, your camera is off?
Yes, I'll turn it on when it's reached.
Sure. When it's reached. Okay, all right.
Yes, so, see the color.
Yes, sure. So yes, Rishabh Dev, if you can...
Wait, Aryan, just a second. Can you just turn your screen on for a second so you can pin your screen so it doesn't go? Because if you turn it on later, maybe he's gonna see Varunpati Prabhu's screen or something on his camera. He might not be able to see yours.
Yeah,
you have to pin it because you have already spotlighted Prabhuji's video.
Oh, I'm spotlighted. I don't want that.
Okay, yeah, done. So can you just turn your camera for a second? You'll just like pin you.
Yeah, so Aryan's camera
I've done
is
it.
We can pin Aryan.
Spotlight. Yeah, okay.
We are able to pin Aryan.
Yes?
Yes, Prabhu, now I can pin. Done.
Okay, great. Over to you, Rishabh Dev.
Do you know what it means to go hungry? Hare Krishna, everyone. I am Vishwadev. Today I would like to talk about food waste epidemic. There are two main kinds of wasted food: food loss and food waste. Food loss incorporates any edible food that goes uneaten at any stage. Food waste includes the half-eaten meals left on the plate. Now you may say that it is my food. I paid for it. Why does it matter to you if I throw it or eat it? I can do whatever I like with it. Dear friends, I would like to tell that around 9 million people die of hunger. Throwing food, we waste the water that was used to plant, grow, sustain, or otherwise produce it. Also, when food is disposed in a landfill, it rots and becomes a significant source of methane, a potent greenhouse gas. More than 50% of the food waste takes place in our homes. So the bad news is we are half the problem. But the good news is this means we can be half the solution. Some of the ways we can reduce food wastage at our home. Start with a small portion, finish your food. Save and eat leftovers. Learn how to store food properly. Buy, order, cook only what is needed. Keep track of what you throw away. Donate or distribute food which you may not be able to use. His Holiness Shiv Ram Swami Maharaj says, I learned from the Bhagavad Gita that whatever food I did waste today, that much food I would go hungry for sometime in the future. That's the law of karma. Friends, I know some of us like to go out and have good time with our family in a vegetarian restaurant like Govinda's. Here too, I will like you to insist you all think over this subject when ordering your innumerable favorite dishes. Be extra careful when you are placing second order that you have enough appetite to consume whatever is left and what will be coming next. It is said, nature is providing sufficient food for all, but it is we who do not let it to reach out to everyone. In the end, I would like to say, please thank God that we are privileged to have ample of food when so many are looking out for this very basic need of life. Be wise, be responsible, save food, save life. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Well done. Well done. Thank you. And before I say any more, from Team 2, Sanatan Goswami, Pranav, could you please let us know? Oh, sorry. Team 2, we had it. Team 1, Anirudh, could you please let us know who is going to evaluate Rishabh Dev? And Aryan, you could reset your background, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so from my team, Darsh will evaluate the prepared speech.
Yash. Okay.
Darsh.
Thank you.
Darsh.
Right. Okay. Yeah, your voice was a bit thin. But Yashas, could you please evaluate?
Prabhuji, not Yashas. I told Darsh.
Darsh. Sorry. Okay. I was looking for the names here. Darsh. Yes. Thank you, Anirudh. Darsh, could you please start your evaluation? Okay. You are there.
Yes, Prabhuji. So Prabhuji had a very good topic. The topic was very catchy. He had engaged his audience. A few points I would recommend him that while he was saying his speech, he was moving sometimes. So he could have been sitting in a position and would be talking. He did not have a proper eye contact. He kept moving his eyes somewhere or other. He was stopping in middle for a bit few seconds, so he could have minus his gaps. And his voice was very clear. He had a good, his accent was good. He had a good vocabulary, and I think so, he did not have a proper body. Sorry, beginning. So his BBC was not so full. So I would say that it was good. And he had given a lot of information about the topic, and he could have spoke a bit less. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Darsh. Aryan, could you please give the timing for both Rishabh Dev and Darsh?
Okay. So Rishabh Dev. Wait a sec.
Okay, Aryan got a bit of echo. I think Rishabh Dev had red. So I'm just hoping red is good, because even after red, you have like 15 seconds to finish. But I think red is good. And yes, Aryan.
Rishabh Dev, he had got disqualified by 4 seconds.
Right, okay.
So I had given him 30 seconds extra because for ending it.
Yes.
But then he went for more seconds.
Right.
And for the evaluator, 1 minute, 1 second.
1 minute and a second. Okay, great. Yes. Thank you, Aryan. Yes, Darsh. I think as soon as you finished, I was looking at Aryan, and you finished, and Aryan turned green, or his background. So just make sure you remember, evaluators, right? The previous one, Saket, just had 59 seconds and just had a second more. So always think of it, that this could be crucial. You need to. A lot of time it happens, we need to speak for a minimum. Look for the background, and it's a very good trick. When you don't have something to say, you could slow down. If you can't think of anything, you can just say, well, I like to thank you for the speaker for giving us such a nice speech. Remember, green is the minimum. Even after green, you can have amber or yellow, and you can have red. So even at green, if you slow down a bit, that won't harm you. But if you won't see the green, that could harm you. Okay, right. Thank you so much. Now, before I will move and I will give any feedback, we need 10 minutes break. Rahul really needs 10-minute break. Okay, Rahul, just have a bit of feedback and then we will have a break and then we will come back and we will do the next speech and evaluation. But before we do that, anybody would like to give any feedback, either on the speaker, Rishabh Dev, or on the evaluation?
I would like to Rishabh Dev.
Yes, please, Dementa.
Prabhuji, Rishabh Dev was actually his speech was actually very good. He said quietly, he said calmly, because we could understand his language. We could understand him clearly. But one thing I would like to tell him that he went a bit too slow.
Okay, right. Very nice. Thank you, Devendra. Any more? Anybody else would like to give any feedback, please?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Priya. Yes, go on, please.
Yeah. So somewhere I felt that Rishabh Dev was reading. Like his eyes was moving from right to left. Like I felt he was reading. I'm not sure actually.
Okay, thank you, Krishna Priya. Yes, there was a bit of noise, background echo, but great. Yes, completely agree. Okay, just to give the feedback very quickly before we move on to the break, that Rishabh Dev, you have such a nice confidence and the voice. The previous speaker with Sweetie, we said she was going very fast. And for you, we could see you might be going a bit slow. So how about we combine those two together? In between, we go very fast, and in between, we go very slow. So now when you have your speech with you, either you have written it down, I think you have your written it down. If you have your speech written down, just think where you could go fast and think where you could go slow. Okay? And very nicely said that if you look at the camera, maybe not all the time, but if you look at the camera, that will help. We can feel it that you had this presentation or your speech on this slide and you were reading it, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. We can read. Obviously, if you could read without, if you could deliver the speech without the notes, that will be even better. But you had such a nice, smooth, the BBC, as we say, the body, the beginning, body, and conclusion, this structure was there. I really like the way you started. The very first thing you said, a question. Have you thought about this? However, give a bit more. Have you thought about this? A bit pause and say, thank you, if in case you would like to say thank you. And maybe you don't have to say Rishabh Dev, because whoever will introduce you will say, for example, I said, okay, Rishabh Dev, over to you. However, if there is a purpose, like you would say, okay, I have done so much research and I'm only in this standard, then you can say a bit more about it. But a lot of time you don't have to. As the speaker, we don't have to come there, okay, my name is this. We don't. Because whoever will get you there will introduce you. Whoever will get you there on the, this is virtual stage, on the stage will introduce you. So you don't have to come and say your name at least. You can say a lot more if you would like to see. But always remember that. I think that's really, really, really good. You had a smile on your face, which was good. You had the facts there. You said 9 million. Now again, see the way I said 9 million, put that feeling in your, that when I read it, I was amazed. 9 million people go hungry, like we could feel the pain of 9 million people going hungry. Yeah. So when you say that, remember that the facts you will give, put those emotions in it. And if you see, always again, practice for the timing, so you will not go over. But I think you have a very good content. The structure was really great. Now look forward of doing it, and I look forward to hear more from you. Okay. Yeah, I think it was a great speech, Rishabh. There you are. It felt like you're a great speaker, and you will definitely do much, 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 much better in future. So thank you so much, Rishabh Day, for your speech. Great.
Thank
Looking
you,
forward.
Prabhuji.
Thank you. Take all the feedback, implement it, record it. All the speakers, if you would like to share that with me, feel free to do it. And during the week, I can give you more feedback if in case you want it. Okay. The next thing, the evaluation, right? Now, again, Darsh, very first thing, even though we felt it that you went a second over means just over green, but you have more time. Utilize your time. You have the time to have it. I think you had the structure in your, so you said the good things and then you moved on. But again, in the good things, I think we just said, say good things just for the sake of it. You have to reproduce something from this speech. Okay. So when you say, so the speech was good, friendly, nice, kind, say why. What was kind, what was nice, what was friendly. From the speech, take some words, reproduce it, rephrase it, give it back to everyone. Not the whole speech, but just part of it. Oh, when you said 9 million, that was really good. When you said, dear friends. So there was a time when in between, Rishabh Dev said, dear friends. Oh, I really like when you said dear friends, because I got engaged like a friend speaking to another friend. Yeah. And this is a very good trick, being the speaker. So as the evaluator, pick those things in between. Again, all the evaluators. Okay. But Darsh, I think within a minute, you did a great justice to that evaluation. I like, you did do the structure, which was really good. Right at the end, you did the conclude, you did the summary, you provided things back to Rishabh Dev. So Rishabh Dev will improve and will get encouraged for his next speech. Okay. So thank you so much, Darsh. Again, a bit of conclusion there and we will do well. So great. Thank you so much. We will have 10 minutes break. It says 17 past 12 at your end. So let's take 10 minutes break and maybe 25, 27, we come back. So how about we take 8 to 10 minutes break? I will be back in 8 minutes and we will start.
Prabhu, what time should we be back by?
25 past 12. So I will give it two minutes in between, 25 to 27. Well, it just turned 18 at my mind. 6 to 8 minutes break is okay. Okay, great. Thanks, Suresh. So yeah. So let's have 6 to 8 minutes break. 25 past 12. Off you go. Please go away from monitors and we will have from team 5 and team 6. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Varunpati Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, okay. Prabhu is joining us. Before that, can I ask all the leaders to actually send me a private message with the speakers that they would like to volunteer for impromptu and an evaluator. So I need one evaluator and one impromptu speaker from each group. If you can message me privately, that'll be great.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Hari Priya Mataji. So just to remind everyone, especially the leaders, on the chat, if you could give for your group the impromptu speaker and impromptu evaluator. So 6 leaders, each leader could give 2 names, one for the impromptu speaker and one for the impromptu evaluator in the chat, and Mataji will pick that up. All right, okay. Moving forward then. And I just got the message from Satvik. Satvik just got delayed from his previous session, so he would not able to join, or maybe join later, but he's on the way at the moment. Right, so before we move to impromptu, and Mataji is just preparing that, and she has something new she would like to try today. But before we move there, we have one more pair. So team 6, Raghunath Das. Krish, could you please nominate your speaker?
I sent it to Haripriya Mataji actually, the names.
All right,
So,
okay. Okay, Krish, so impromptu speaker and impromptu evaluator will go to Haripriya Mataji, but the speaker and the evaluator. So we have... Yeah.
Ananta is going to be speaking for the prepared speech, and Sri Pragnya is doing the evaluation.
Okay, great. Thank you. So we need Ananta. Ananta, are you ready for your prepared speech?
Yes, Prabhu.
Great. Okay. And now, Ananta, before you will start, Kavita from Gopal Bhatt's team, you have your evaluator ready.
Yes, Prabhu, we have our evaluator ready.
Okay, great. Could you give me the name as well, please?
Madhav, Prabhu.
Madhav. Okay, great.
Yeah, everyone.
Right, we will come back to Madhav. Okay. Ananta, over to you for your prepared speech. Thank you.
So, Hare Krishna to everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Ananta. I am in 8th grade. I like to play football and also do origami on my free time. So, today I will be talking about Raghunath Das Goswami, who had glorious pastimes with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Raghunath Das Goswami was the first of the 6 Goswamis to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was born in Krishnapur on West Bengal. He was extremely rich. At the age of 15, Raghunath Das Goswami heard about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and ran away to meet Mahaprabhu despite resistance from his family. He had completely melted in devotion. However, the Lord told him to go back home, and so he did unwillingly. He was forcefully married to a beautiful woman, but still was unaffected and started living outside the house. Seeing this, his father kept 10 guards to stop running away once again. Later, Raghunath Das Goswami met Nityananda Prabhu, and Nityananda Prabhu instructed him to give a feast to his followers. After all, Raghunath Das Goswami was also a son of a rich family. This feast was the first ever Chida Dahi festival. Once, Raghunath Das Goswami's family guru arrived and instructed Raghunath Das Goswami to tell any Brahmana to take his place in the temple, as he had some other work to do. Raghunath Das took advantage of this, and after following the Guru's instructions, went away from Puri and walked for 12 days, and he ate only thrice in all those days. His parents, upon discovering that Raghunath Das Goswami was missing, sent men to look after him in Puri. After all, he was going outside Puri. He finally reached Mahaprabhu but fell unconscious as soon as he saw him. So he was taken care by Anandamurti, and later Raghunath Das was surviving on his arms. In this way, Raghunath Das Goswami survived in his arms he got for 2 years. Later, Raghunath Das Goswami became so elevated that he started chanting 22 hours a day. Raghunath Das Goswami stayed in Puri for 16 years, after which Mahaprabhu went back to Godhead, and so did his spiritual master Sarup Damodar. He then went to Vrindavan with Rupa and Sanatan Goswami to re-establish its holiness. And now that we are talking about holiness, let's chant the holy Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, and thank you to everyone who gave me this opportunity to talk this speech, and I would really like to thank everyone. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ananta. Very nice, very nice. Aryan, before we move to the evaluation from Madhav, could you please confirm the timing?
Yes, the timing was 3 seconds under.
3 seconds under. This is what I was thinking, because we could not, but personally, I did not see the green. Okay, so 3 seconds under. Okay, no worries. We come back to that. Thank you, Aryan. Madhav, over to
Yes,
you. Could
Prabhu.
you please evaluate this speech? Thank you.
Yes, Prabhu. So everything was nice, but the only bad thing was that he didn't have any tone in his voice, so it was quite boring when he explained, and also he didn't have any voice modulation, and sometimes he didn't leave that much gaps, or he left too much gaps. He also didn't have much expression, and he was very bland. I liked how he told a little bit about himself before he talked about the actual topic. And I also like how his topic actually relates to what we're learning. And so while we're listening, we can also learn something new. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Aryan, could you please give the timing for Madhav's evaluation?
Yes, it was 46 seconds.
46 seconds. Right. Okay. Thank you. Now, over to everyone else. Anybody else would like to give the feedback? Demanta. Yes, please.
Everything was good. Madhav told everything good, and I also liked that he told mostly the good points, and also he gave improvement. But one thing I did not like about the thing which was bad about Madhav was.
Oh, Demanta, you are on mute. Yeah.
Probably one suggestion I would give to Madhav is that there was a lot of pauses in his evaluation. He said
Nice. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Demanta.
Prabhu, could I evaluate?
Prabhu, if you don't mind, can I say one thing? Just one small thing.
Okay. Yeah, Pranav, let Saket say. I think
Yeah.
Saket would like to say, and then we come to Pranav. Yes, please, Saket.
So, Prabhu, I would like to evaluate Madhav. So, Madhav gave good recommendations, and his recommendations were logical and they had value in them. But I'd like to give him a short, I would like to give him a short recommendation, is that he started off with just one sentence of commendation, crediting what good thing the other person had done, and I felt that was a bit demotivating, and because he just started with one sentence, thank or appreciating the other person. So I feel that he should elaborate about that, why he felt like that, and then go on to his recommendations. That was one. That was an input from a suggestion from my side. That's all.
Great. Yeah. Thank you, Saket. Very valuable, very useful, and very thank you. Yes, Pranav, please.
Bro, just one thing I'd like to say to both Dimanta and Madhav. You guys, the way you guys started off was kind of rude and demotivating. You guys just, you can't use the term a bad thing I found. It sounds very wrong. Like, it doesn't sound nice when you say one bad thing I saw in this person. You can say one thing I thought he was lacking, or you can say something. You can, for some things you can't just go and push into the person just saying that it was a bad thing. You just have to beat around the bush and then like try to make him understand the point from outside, not just directly say a bad thing. Yeah, that's it.
Very nice. Thank you, Pranav. Yes, anybody else, please?
Prabhuji, Soresh.
Suresh, yes, please.
Prabhuji, for I would first, if I will do for Ananta. Prabhuji, Ananta had he had a good content. He had and his voice modulation was also good. He had a clarity in his thoughts, and he was telling it in its flow, and his pace was also good. But I also think that that he had some mistakes. That was the he did not have the BBC well. He partially used it. Means first of all he did the body well, but the beginning was also good. Body was also good, but in the conclusion he did not say so I would like to conclude. And I would also tell that he should also take logical breaks, because if then only he maybe he'll come to the time, because only 3 seconds he was under 3 seconds. And he was overall it was good, and he expressed his feelings very well. And overall I think the delivery was also good, and his pace was also that over the very good. And Madhav also gave good points, but as Pranav told that he should not start with a bad point or any negative thought, negative things. He should tell that yes, you're wrong in this, and you should improve this. And yes, overall Madhav and they both did.
Thank you,
Uh,
Suresh.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I'm Anil speaking. Even I would give some suggestions, especially for the evaluators. Because sometimes what happens is evaluators either they are completely like on the spot, so they may have few points or they may have less points. So they should not rush. Like most of the evaluators I see like over here, like what I've observed are that people are just like saying their points in a hurry. Like they just want to tell it up and then they just want to go. That's what is causing them for like those 3 seconds 4 seconds gap. So instead they should like reduce the speed, and they can take breaks in the middle. Like as the Saket, he was telling a sentence, but then he got stuck in the middle because he couldn't take the appropriate breath in the middle. Like he was in a hurry very quickly, he wanted to say everything. So be slow and take some pauses in the middle, like at least to think, or just to give like space for the audience to understand the whole sentence at once, because they just keep hurrying, and then sometimes you may not understand few points or something like that. That can even cause people to get like wrong answers in the Kahoot quiz as well. So that's my suggestion. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Anirudh. Very nice. Very valid point. Anybody else, please? Okay, great. Right. So, few things. I will mention 3 things. There are many things I could say, but there are 3 things. Let's not do this. Is what we call power of 3. Okay. Try to summarize everyone in 3 things. Well, before that, I've uploaded some of the documents there, and these documents will help you, especially for the evaluators and even for the speakers. But for the evaluators, like what Anirudh said, we try to rush in. Before we try to rush in, have those documents open with you. You have those documents, and while you listen to the speaker, try to think, try to evaluate the speaker as per this document, right?
Prabhu, sorry for
Prabhu,
interrupting. Where's the document?
document you've sent it to me privately, Prabhu. You need to send it to the group.
All right, okay. Maybe I sent the last message to Mataji, so everything went straight to Mataji. Okay. And thank you, Pranav. Documents are on the way now. Okay.
Calling leader from JG group. I've not received the names, please. Who's the leader for JG group?
Who's the Jiva Goswami, Team Siddharth. Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
Siddharth, you need to nominate a person for for the evaluator and the speaker.
Yes. Please. Okay, Siddharth will mention in a bit. And so this is for impromptu. The names you need to give to Mataji. One for the speaker, impromptu speaker, one the impromptu evaluator. Now I appreciate, I think we are running a bit late. We would like to include everyone, but we might not able to get the chance to include everyone. But it's really, really good to see a lot of evaluation coming, which is really good. When we have that ability to evaluate others, remember the whole idea of evaluating others, they are twofold. One, to help ourselves, so we improve. And if we have reached to that point where we don't want to criticize anyone, but we would like to improvise others, so it's for our own improvement, but also to help other associate devotees to improve. And that's the whole point. Criticize is not. Now, Pranav said it, Anirudh said it, and that's the reason I think they are the leaders. Why? We don't say the words, or I think Pranav said bad. Yeah, we don't say that this was bad. The word is scope of improvement. You might have heard me using it before. The way we say, oh, right, the speaker did very well, but I think given the chance, next time the speaker have the scope of improvement in this, and then you can mention things. That's right. We never say, if you have heard the story of Tiger Wood, some of you might know Tiger Wood. If not, Tiger Wood is, I think it's still probably the best golf player we have in the UK. And there was a point he was the best in the world. And somebody asked him that, what do you think you do different than others? And he was very young. And then he said, and if you know the golf, in the golf, there's a ball and there's a hole. You need to hit, or pot, or there are different terms. You need to hit the ball to get into the hole. And he said, most of the golfers I met in my life, what they say, oh, don't go away, go in the ball. But when I push, I tell myself, to the ball, you're going into the hole. You're going into the hole. I don't think in terms of negativity, like you are not. You are, you are, you are. Having said it, we don't want to say that he did not do that, she did not do that. What we could say, oh, he could have done this, he could have done this. Oh, there's a scope of improvement where next time he could do this, she could do this. There's a fine difference between these two. That's right, never criticize anyone. Okay, I think the speech itself very, very nice. Evaluation itself was very nice. But before we will go into any more details, I think it's better if we will go to Mataji and we will have the impromptu session. So what we have done, we got 3 speakers and 3 evaluators. And a lot of evaluation has gone for the speakers and evaluation. I appreciate 3 speakers and 3 evaluators are still left. And to be honest, looking at the time, I don't think we will have a time today to have them for this, or hopefully the evaluators would have enough, because evaluators, if you were listening, all others evaluation did it and you also did the evaluation. However, the speakers, if you like to record your recording, the prepared speech, you could record yourself and you can send it to me and I can provide the feedback on that, right? But now is the time to move on to Mataji. Mataji will have, and I think Arun has put together Kahoot as well. So Mataji has something unique. Mataji, over to you for impromptu. Right, before I will do that, let me give you, I promise I will give you 2 techniques for impromptu speech. In impromptu speech, I will give you 2 techniques. The first one is, and I think one of you used it. If, for example, whatever it is, it's a word, it's a phrase, or it's a picture. If you don't know anything in it, just say, I think this is this, and say everything about what you think. So don't say, oh, I didn't know what it was. Just say, I think it's this. For example, you see the animal or you see the bird. You say, I think this bird is parrot, and then say everything you like about parrot. So you don't really need to know exact what it is. That's the first tip. The second tip is what we call timeline. So anything you see, for example, somebody will ask you to talk about mobile phone. So you can talk about timeline. You can say, in the past, there were mobile phones, they were not smart. In present, the mobile phones are smart. In future, I think there might not be anything. It might be a little device we can leave at home. So timeline is past, present, and future. And you can talk about past, present, and future of almost anything. So two techniques. The very first one, you say, I think of this. I think the topic is this. I understand this way, and say everything about what you think or you understand. The second trip is where you talk about timeline, past, present, and future. Remember those two when you will get into impromptu, which is now. Over to you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, everyone. I'm still waiting names from JG. Looks like Siddharth is not here. So I'll. Is there anybody else from JG who would like to volunteer?
Actually, he spoke to me and he told that I will be the impromptu speaker and evaluator. I don't know.
Okay. Let me put your name down.
I think Siddharth himself is the evaluator.
He can't speak, how's he gonna evaluate?
Yeah. So who else is in JG who would like to be the evaluator?
Yeah, like JG kids, please volunteer yourself.
Anyone?
She's not there in the meeting for some reason.
Well, we have 3 people from JG in the meeting. Vrinda, who has already nominated herself, which is great. And then we have Yash.
No, actually, he told me that I will be doing. He told me.
All right, he told me. And then we have Josh, and I think Sweetie has already been. So Josh is the only one who could go there. Josh, would you like to participate? Or Mataji, you could leave one of the group and move forward, please.
Yeah, that's fine then. Let's start with let me try and share my screen first. Okay. Is it the right one? Yeah. All right. I hope I've taken the right name for everybody. So Kaushi, Dimanta, Pranav, Vrinda, Deviki, Nitesh, and Florish. Are you able to see that? Are you able to see it?
Yes, on.
Yes.
I'm going to run this wheel and then let's see who comes first.
Prabhuji, I just chatted with Josh, and Josh is saying that I'm not able to speak anything because there's some internet issue.
Okay.
No worries. Thank you for letting us know. Thank you.
Right. So Pranav.
Yes, Mataji.
It's your name now. Okay. So
Okay, great.
right. Are you ready to pick the number?
Yeah, I guess Machi can't see your screen, so.
You should be now. Are you able to now, Aryan? Can you
I think
confirm?
it's just coming.
It's still loading.
Yeah, it's loading.
It's loading, Mataji.
Is it loading now? Is it still there?
It's Mataji, it's loading.
Mataji, it's showing Haripriya. It has started screen sharing, Mataji.
Okay.
Say Mataji.
Mataji,
Okay,
you can stop.
guys, wait. Machi, maybe you can stop sharing and reshare.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Mataji, it came.
It came?
Yeah.
I think I reshared it again. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
You ready to pick a number, Anna?
Yes, Mataji.
Please shoot.
Can I pick?
Yes, yeah. Please go ahead. What's your number?
13.
13. Okay. Can you see the screen? Can you see the picture?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I think you have some Wi-Fi connectivity issues. Oh, I can see it now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Prav, Aryan, are you going to time this? We are doing 1 minute, Prabhu.
A minute, yes. But as soon as Pranav will start speaking, the very first word, the timing will start, please.
Okay. Yes, Pranav, you can start.
Pranav is thinking, he's making his mind up what to speak. He's using the strategy, which is really good.
Hare Krishna, everyone. The first thing that comes to my mind when I see a cruise like this is a dream cruise which I want to be on. It's called the Symphony of the Seas. It's one of the biggest cruise ships currently there, and it has a ton of facilities like uh, one 1 kilometer zip line inside it. It even has a lot of swimming pools indoor, and you can jump out at the back of the ship if you want to take a dip in the water. Now, when I see a cruise, it first strikes a kind of sad thing to me because this year our plan, like every year we go out as a group with having a plan to different countries, a few of us, and this year our plan was to go to Norway and all those Scandinavian countries, and we couldn't go because of the COVID-19. And in that trip we were actually to be in a cruise, because I've never been in a cruise in my life till now, excluding the door cruise you get in Dubai. So I always wanted to be in a cruise, and I really like water. Uh, oh, my voice is glitching. Is that a problem?
No, Pranav, it's not glitching.
Okay. So I am a huge fan of water, and I've also been in inter-school competitions for swimming. So I love cruise. Yes, I'm done. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm done.
Thank you, Pranav. Very nice. Aryan, could you please give the exact time for Pranav's speech?
Yes.
Can't see. Okay, there's one sad thing. I can't see Aryan's video.
Okay, well, I can see he has shown the red.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because I'm seeing Mataji's screen, so I can't see.
Okay. Okay. So for all the speakers, all the evaluators, please make sure you see. For example, I can see Mataji's screen and I can see the camera on the top as well. So you should able to see. Now, Aryan, what was the timing? I know it was red.
Oh, and also for the other people who are there, stop annotating. It actually distracts.
Somebody was annotating.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Mataji
Or Machi, can you
Yeah,
disable
Mataji can
annotating?
disable annotation.
It is 1 minute 48 seconds.
1 minute 48 seconds. Right. Okay. That's something to worry about. Anybody would like to give any quick feedback? Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, I won't say anything. Mataji, over to you, please, because I think you got the evaluators as well with you.
Yeah.
Mataji, your screen is lagging a bit.
Shreya. Can you hear me?
Mataji, who has to evaluate?
Shreya. Shreya is going to go for the evaluation, please. Ari, please can you put your... Yeah, thank you. No, it's not on mute. Yeah. That's better. Shreya, are you there? You need to evaluate Pranav.
I don't think she's in the meeting.
No, she is there. She's there in the meeting.
Okay. So shall we pick another one?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's do another one. Okay, let me run the wheel and see who comes first. I'm not going to share that. Okay, it's Vaishnavi from RD.
Hi Krishna Mataji, am I audible?
Vaishnavi from RD.
Hi Krishna, am I audible?
Your audio is very feeble.
It's really low.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. So Pranav, I love the beginning and where he also gave a name for the cruise. I don't remember, but it was something with symphony. It was very interesting. His clarity was nice. He had a good pace where he had to go like slow and where he was a little fast. He put feeling. He expressed when he was sad that he couldn't go. Um, he had to go to Scandal. I'm not sure which country, but yeah. He expressed and he had a good. He engaged the audience also. A few suggestions was it would be preferably if he had switched on his video, so we could see his gestures and eye contact. But yeah, also the conclusion was abrupt because due to the time constraint. But everything else was nice. I really liked the speech. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
I agree. It was kind of abrupt because I had someone say that he's showing a red background because I'm host and I can't pin people. I can only spotlight them.
Yeah, but it was very nice.
Thank you. Right. Anybody would like to evaluate the evaluation?
I think Mataji has that ready too.
Yes. Okay. Go for it. Mataji, you're on mute.
Yeah, Vrinda was supposed to evaluate the evaluator.
Vrinda, go for it, please.
Oh, I have to evaluate the evaluator or give the
Evaluate
information?
the evaluator. Oh, okay.
No. Sorry, did I confuse myself? Okay, anyway, I thought Vrinda was doing the next speech.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. All right, Vrinda. You ready? Okay, let me share. And Prabhu, you'll have to speak on my behalf. I can't mute and unmute all the time because Aaron is with me and then it keeps echoing, okay?
Sure.
All right.
Prabhu, you're on mute.
Can you see the numbers?
Nope.
No.
Only yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's just because we are using too much of internet. There are 3 people on 3 different devices, so probably that. Okay, anyway, let's just pick one number for me, Vrinda, please.
Prabhuji, you're on mute and you're speaking.
I would choose the number 11.
Number 11. Can you see the picture? Before you start, Vrinda, just a quick pin your video so you can see Aryan, and when it's green, you are okay to wind up, okay?
Mataji, I spotlighted him now, so all they can see is him.
Okay, great. Aryan on the time when she starts.
Okay. Hi Krishna. So I will be speaking on this picture right here. This reminds me of the current situation that in the coronavirus period right now, we are using mostly devices which spoils our eyes, and it's not a good thing. So as you can see in the picture, as you saw in the picture, like there were around that boy, it was just fully devices. He had a phone, he had some video games in his hand, he had a computer in front of him, speakers on the sides, and phones and mobiles and tabs and all kinds of devices. So, and also while using these type of devices all the time almost, it makes the person crazy because he's mostly into those things, and he's not coming out in nature. He doesn't get fresh air. His health will be damaged. like he will be having so many diseases and sicknesses which can cause to death also. So from this picture we can see that it's better to be going outside most of the time. Like even if you can't go outside now, you can at least go to the balcony and just get some fresh air. So yeah, by doing that, you can at least be stay healthy. You can use the devices, but not too much all the time. So I would like to conclude by always getting fresh air and being healthy. And Hare Krishna, and thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Very nice. Very nicely thought through, very nicely constructed, Vrinda. And right at the end, you did utilize the time, even though you realize it's ember because you could get into red where you would have to hurry up and stop. You summarize as well in one sentence, and sometimes it's so important to do that. Fantastic. Very, very, very nice. Done.
Thank you.
Okay, so Yasha seems to be the winner. Evaluator, yes. Okay. Yashish, could you please evaluate Vrinda's impromptu speech? Yashish, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, a bit louder, please.
Yeah. So first of all, I would like I liked Vinda's speech. It had a lot of vocabularies, and I would and he and she did it on time with with a good face, vocal varieties, and I would like Vinda to like express her feelings, like when she told crazy, when the boy becomes crazy, like instead of like telling like in a normal way, she has to tell like crazy, like in a more higher pitch. And I would like I would like Minda not to like tell like not giving pauses. You have to and you have to and you work on your speeches. and 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 I would like and like you and I liked your speeches and your conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Very nice. Very nicely evaluated. Something initially where you say that the way we like it, and then going forward, what Vrinda could improve, that will always be really nice. That next time there's always a scope of improvement. You could include, you said, I think, I think, I think. It's good to say once, I think, but otherwise we know that you are thinking, which is really good to know. And then right at the end, conclude, which is really good. Thank you for that. Let's moving on now. So Devki is going to be the next speaker. I guess that's what Mataji is saying.
Prabhu?
No. She has started now. But it is Devki. Devki is going to be the next impromptu speaker, please.
Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes,
like
please. Somebody would like to ask the question. Yashas?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Devki, hold on. Somebody got the...
Yeah, bro, the question is actually how much time do we have as a speaker?
How much time we have as the speaker? We have... So I've just shared the slides on the group chat. I'm checking. I have shared with everyone. So
Prabhu,
for the impromptu, we say a minute and 15 seconds for minimum green. And then we have until 2 minutes. So
Prabhu,
from 1 minute 15 seconds to 2 minutes. And in between.
Okay, so Prabhu, I had
asking for evaluator. For the impromptu evaluator, how much time does he get to evaluate?
For
Exactly.
evaluator, 1 minute for green until 1.5 minutes.
Prabhu,
So is this same for the normal evaluations also, like not the impromptu, the prepare speech also 1 minute?
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Prabhu?
Yeah.
Prabhu?
Yes, please. Who's the next?
Are they not even show like the green or red or yellow?
Yeah.
Okay. If you will not reach, okay, Soresh said exact 1 minute. Yes, if you won't reach until green, then nothing is shown. And I hope Aryan has not missed it. If Aryan has missed it, Aryan, please let us know. But yes, the idea is nothing will be shown until green. Once the speaker or the evaluator has reached to green, then always green will be there until it turns to amber. Then amber will be there until it reaches to red.
I
So
didn't
that's
show it because it was
Prabhu,
under a minute.
okay, sorry.
One by one.
I didn't show green because it was under a minute.
Okay, all right, yes, yeah. So if nothing was shown, then that means the speaker has not reached to green minimum.
Okay. Yeah, Prabhu, I have a question.
Please.
Like, when I was doing my impromptu, you said that 1 minute 41 seconds or something was something to worry about, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the mistake? You said like 2 minutes is okay, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like you said there was something to worry about. I'm just wondering what happened.
Okay, Arden was just here. Yes, yeah. No, something to worry about in a sense that because I think the red was like that's right. Red shouldn't have been shown.
But
Yeah.
Prabhu, it was shown afterwards,
I
like when
mean,
Pranab
yeah, Arden.
asked.
Okay, let me clear the confusion here. So 1 minute the impromptu speeches, and if you go outside of 1 minute 30 seconds, then it goes red. So yours was 1 minute 48 seconds. So it was almost 2 minutes. So that's why Prabhu said you need to worry because your speech was twice the time.
No, Prabhu, Machu. But the reason I'm wondering is right now I asked Prabhu how much time we have. He said we have 2 minutes as an impromptu speaker.
For this speeches, I think we decided on 1 minute. Is that correct, Prabhu?
Yes. Well, no. The thing is green, amber, and red. So while Pranav was good, but Pranav was reaching. Pranav was not over. Pranav was reaching to the point where if he had gone over 2 minutes, then it would have been disqualified. So there was no more worry there, but the worry in a sense that it could go over. So always make sure that before we reach to red, we wrap up. Because as soon as we reach to red, the chances are we could be disqualified. So that's the idea.
Okay. Yeah, Prabhu. But so I should have had Ember at that time, right?
Well, I could be wrong,
It
but
was,
I think I saw red. But
Pranav, it
anyway,
was red because it was 148. And the thing worry is because when it's going in seconds, you don't know when you have hit the ineligibility criteria, if that makes sense. Does it make
Yeah,
sense?
much.
So
Yeah.
we try not to hit red, but red doesn't make you disqualified straight away. It sort of gives you another 30 seconds for you to wrap up, but we try not to reach red and try and start thinking of winding up while it's still amber. Yeah.
Okay, much.
All right. Okay.
Okay, great. So we are running over. Please.
All right. Okay. So there was one. Yeah, the speaker we had decided. Yeah.
It was Devaki.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Devki, can you please pick a number? Can you see the numbers?
Yes.
Yes.
Number one.
Number one. Okay. And Aryan, time it as soon as she starts the word. Devki, over to you now.
Can I start?
Yes.
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
So there are beautiful, colorful flowers. The colors are yellow, pink, and purple. Yeah, and it's the beautiful scene ever we have saw, and all the birds chirping around and the butterflies flying. It's the beautiful weather ever. Hare Krishna.
You could, Devki, there were 2 tips we shared. Try to use those tips because I'm pretty sure you have not reached to the green. Think about what do you think, and if you are there, with your friends at that place, what will you do? Or in past, have you been to such a place? Or in future, if you will go to such a place, what will you do?
I have never, if I have been there, I would enjoy the view. I enjoy the beautiful view of it and enjoy with my friends.
Would you like to give us any call of action that if we will be there? Now consider this, you are in Damodar Desh in Dubai. It will be very hot if the sun is that bright. What advice would you like to give to others if they are there out in the sun?
I give the advice to wear a hat.
Okay. All right. Mataji has changed the slide. Maybe Mataji is saying you have reached to the color. Well, thank you so much, Devki. That was nice. Let's see what we hear from the evaluator. Mataji, could you please pick the evaluator?
I mean, Prabhu, I don't think the color changed. Aryan didn't change anything.
Aryan didn't change.
I
No,
didn't
I don't know
change
why.
it. It was 12 seconds under.
It was 12
Yeah.
seconds. Yes, yeah. But well, I think Deviki was running out of the ideas. But Deviki, think of this, as we said, timeline is really good, and you could always add if I will be. So you could, this is where we put together the stories. This is where we say, I wish I were there, if I will be there, if I would be there, and if you are there. So if you know, for example, I'm there, if you know one of the, okay, if you know one of the judges from there, from that place, for example, I'm in London. If the sun is shining in London, it's a beautiful day. If the sun is shining that bright in Dubai, it's very hot. Okay, so think of that. But thank you. We got the winner, who is Shrikant. Shrikant, so could you
Yes,
please
Prabhu.
evaluate?
Yes, Prabhu. So according to me, Devaki's speech was a bit moderate. Like, she used a lot of filler words like and many others. The negative points are like she had a lack of visionary. By visionary, I mean that she could have stretched her speech a bit more and like added more points to it. Um, Other all like vocabulary was fine. The pace was, according to me, it was good, and even there were no like the pronunciation was also good. So that's it for myself.
Very nice. Do you think anything which Devki didn't do, you would have said it? Or would you advise that in future, Devki, if you get something similar, you could say this? So not to say that it was negative, but to say as
Yeah,
in scope of improvement, that next
yeah.
time, or if I would get that, I would say that. But I'm
So
surprised, why didn't you say that?
if I would have gotten the picture, I would like talk more about the nature, like not only what's there in the picture. I would stretch it and I'll talk about flowers, birds, and more about the nature.
Great. Yes. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you,
Uh,
Shikha.
Prabhu, do we have time for more? Because it's already 15 past.
Yes. How many we left? 2 or 3?
We still have 3 impromptus. I mean, if you want, we can run through,
She's
but then
actually
it will
two.
take time.
Ryan, we do.
Yashi's already evaluated.
Only have two.
No, we've got 3 more leaders. I mean, impromptu speakers. Or do you
Actually, can
want?
you name them or something?
Yeah, so there's Sridimanta, Soresh, and Nitish.
And they all are 3 speakers, or do we have 3 evaluators as well?
Yeah, we do have 2, I think, because we didn't have
Yeah, to
3.
Raghav and someone
Raghav and
else.
Yashas we've got. But anyway, would you
Machi,
really want?
Yashish has done impromptu.
Oh,
The speech,
That's
right?
Mataji.
Yes.
right, okay. So what do you want to do, Prabhu? Do you want to do it, or shall we just quickly run through as to what we go? I mean, how do we do it? Like a demo for the kids? I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. Well, how about we have the prepared speeches, though? Well, tell you what, no. because I've just checked the timing again. It is actually 16 past, and you do have the Kahoot. Aryan prepared the Kahoot?
Yes, Aryan.
Yeah.
Yes, I prepared it.
Right. Okay. So, well, in that case, we would not have enough time because Aaron would like to do the Kahoot as well, which he has put together. Hopefully, that Kahoot itself will help you. And if you have not, like Soresh, got his device ready, so get your devices ready. And meanwhile, yes, Aaron, please, if you share, and everybody will get onto it, and I will just summarize meanwhile, utilizing the time.
Well, I just thought because these impromptu speeches, sometimes kids sort of struggle. So probably we should do a demo and finish it off that way.
Yes, let's do that. Would you like to give a topic to me? Or would you like to give a topic to...
Actually, can you see, let me share my screen. You pick a number for me,
Sure.
and then I'll do a quick speech on that, and then you can evaluate. So both the evaluators and the speakers will get to know how we go about this. Yeah.
Sounds good. So rather than me, how about if somebody else will pick the number?
Okay.
Anybody would like to pick the number for Mataji?
Mataji Loknath.
Mataji Lucky 5.
Okay. Madhav said 27.
27. Oh, Madhav, thank you for that number. Are you all able to see my screen?
Yes. The reason Mataji said thank you because Mataji's birthday is on 27th.
I was thinking that exactly.
Okay. Can you all see my screen as well? Can you see my camera?
Mataji, you're lucky.
Yeah. Okay.
So
lucky?
lucky.
Oh, why? Is it an easy picture?
It's easy and yummy.
Yes.
Oh, it's easy and yummy. Okay, let me divert this to something else so it will not look easy and yummy. All right? Ready? Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone. What a fantastic topic I've been given today by Madhav. It's a number 27 he picked for me. And yes, indeed, 27th is the date when I was born. And it's close to me. Looking at this picture, obviously it's a pizza and everybody loves it. But is there a message around it? You timing it, Aryan? Is there a message around it as to what it tells us? I'm not going to talk about just this pizza and that slice and that cheese that's just melted off and coming on right down below. I think I will be talking more about the concept behind this. And the concept is sharing. Yes, we share air, we share water, we share everything in this nature. How about we share our food as well, especially in this COVID-19, where there are a lot of people who are struggling to actually get food for themselves. And this is the way to share everything. And pizza gives us a really good example of how we can share each and every slice of it. This also helps us to understand the way we are working with the community. And I suggest everybody, let's just get the baton on, collect all the food and share with everybody. Thank you so much. It's me signing off. Bye. Okay, Prabhu, I couldn't see Aryan's screen, so I just thought it is like probably the time. Was it, Aryan?
Okay. I will wrap up. Okay, great. Now, Aryan, if you start timing me and readjust your camera background because I can still see the yellow.
Yes, okay.
Okay. Okay, so all right. Okay, sharing is good. Aryan has reset. Right. Aryan, if you like to start the, well, no, then people won't listen. Okay, right. You can start the timing now. A very nice topic, pizza. And initially, when I saw the pizza, I thought, well, it will be very easy for Mataji. And Mataji is going to talk about the usual stuff, like what the pizza is made up of this and that. But what a turnaround. What a turnaround. What did she talk about? Well, she talked about initially when she said thank you to Madhav for picking number 27. She made it clear why 27 is interesting to her because that's her birthday. Initially, I felt that she was going very, 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 very fast. And then I thought why she was going fast. Maybe because as a part of demo, she wanted us to let us know as a part of the vocal variety, right? But right in the middle at the part of the body, she gave us the message. What this pizza tells us. This pizza tells us, oh, she did mention that, oh, pizza is melted. Oh, pizza is so delicious. But Sharing is caring. Now, one of the scope of improvement, as Mataji I could say, she could have used this phrase, sharing is caring, because these phrases are what we remember, right? But another best thing she did, COVID-19, she put together the current affairs into that pizza, which could we never think of. So not one, but two takeaways I'm going to take, that we should always share. Sharing is caring, current affairs. So thank you so much, Mataji. And you stopped at Ember, and I'm going to stop at Ember because I can see Aryan's camera, which was really good. Fantastic. For thanks a lot for such a nice speech. Thank you. Right. Okay. Thank you, Aryan. I think timings are clear. Mataji got Ember and mine just turned red. So I guess both of us are in the range. Now for everyone else, hopefully you saw the demo of the table topic speech and table topic evaluator. And that's how we usually try to combine these two together. Great. Thank you so much. Now we have all the names, and I look forward to get, remember we have the whole week. Feel free, you got my number. My number is there on the WhatsApp. Anything you need, feel free to have it. Next week we are going to, that will be the last week, last day, and we are going to have the competitions. So please be ready for it. You can record yourself and send me your recording, and myself, Mataji, both of us or any one of us could come back as a feedback. But moving forward, Aryan, would you like to share the Kahoot screen? Or you can just share the pin in the, okay, I can't hear Kahoot. Yes. Kahoot. Oh, right, Kahoot or Kahoot. All right, okay. Aryan, if you can share Kahoot, start it, because it takes a while to get in. Okay, so while you're getting it, let me tell you how it's gonna happen. Not the Kahoot, you know Kahoot very nice. Now what will happen next time? The last class, the judges will be there. All the judges will have that judging criteria for impromptu and for prepared speeches. And we will see what judges would like, whether they would like to see the prepared speeches first and then impromptu, or they would like to have 3 prepared speeches first, then impromptu, and then 3 prepared speeches. What I'm trying to say, be ready. You could be the very first one to get in, and judges will pick the name and judges will pick the question, or maybe judges will do what Mataji did, that will let you pick the number, and based on your choice. So remember, we always have choice to make. So based on your choice, you will know what you're going to pick. And based on that, we can go forward. Now the timing itself, Prabhuji did mention that we can have 3 hours if in case we need it. Now, considering how we have done today, I'm just rethinking. However, think about this, that if we have 24 speakers, is it 24? Yeah. So each group 4, there are 6 groups, so 6 times 4, 24. Okay. Shrikant said, stop chatting. Who is chatting? Oh, I'm chatting. No, I'm not chatting.
Prabhu, not you. Prabhu, like everyone in the chat is like join fast, Kahoot and all.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, no, I got it. Thank you, Shrikant. Yes. No. So I think some of the guys are still joining and some of the guys are still impatient, and that's what's happening. So remember.
Yeah, sorry, I was just going to start the game. Is everybody in now? Is everybody
No, Mataji, I'm trying to join. 1 second.
Okay.
I just want a minute, please.
Everyone join fast for already.
Right, yeah, join on. So what I was saying, just to continue, we have 24 speakers. Not everybody is going to speak for 3 minutes, but if everybody will speak for 3 minutes, then 24 times 3 is 72, which is less than 1.5 hours. So 2 hours should be enough. But I will see if you would like to do, because what happened today, that we gave everybody chance to give the feedback. And then I gave the feedback, Mataji gave the feedback, we played a bit. Now, obviously, I don't think next time we will have the, well, we could still have the Kahoot if we like to do, but obviously judges will be there. We would like to hear from judges, their reception, how they perceived the competition went. So remember, make your group proud, which group you belong to, prepare well, And you can prepare for impromptu as well. You might think prepared speeches, the one who going to deliver, he or she is the only one who needs to prepare. No, even if you're preparing for impromptu, you can prepare. How? You have that judges criteria with you, which I shared and I will share on the WhatsApp as well. When you just practice at home, ask somebody to give you a topic and then try. It's such a fun. We do number of times, like right after the dinner, or if we are traveling, we give the topic to each other. So a pen, a ball.
I think we are ready to join now.
We are ready. 23 players joined out of 37. Okay, if we are ready, go for it, please.
Yes. Okay. Anybody still joining? Can we start? Okay. Yeah, it started now. Which group did the first speaker come from? RB, RD, SG, or JG? Which group did the first speaker come from? I'm sure the speaker would know. RB, RD, SG, and JG.
This is type of hard.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
It is JG. Yes, it's correct. Next one. Which activity does Sweetie like to be involved long distance? Okay, it's the question is a little differently written, but anyway, does she like walk, cycling, swimming, or walking? She does an activity which is long distance.
Machi, what's the difference between walk and walking?
Mataji, yeah, that's what's the difference between walk and walking?
Yeah, which clearly shows that it's not walk or
Makes the answer easier for me.
It's cycling. Yes, Aryan, you should have got something else. Ananta leading the board. Next question, please. How long did Sweetie speak for? Oh, interesting. 207, 206, 211, 212.
Mataji, this is actually hard because we don't have a timer.
It's easy. It's easy.
No,
Aryan said
this
it.
was
Aryan
discussed.
told it.
Yeah, he says it, but it's
This
hard
was
to remember
discussed.
everyone's.
I took a
No,
note
this
of it.
was discussed. That's I think why. Yes, it is 207. Yes, correct. Next question, please. Right. Which group evaluated Sweetie? RB, RD, SG, or JG? Who evaluated?
Well, we know one of
First,
them is not going to be evaluating for sure.
yes, so SJG was not there, definitely, I think, because Sweetie was from JG, so it could
Yeah.
be the three, RB, RD, or SG. It is RB, yay.
I got it right. I actually
It was
got it.
Darsh.
Next question, please. What was Saket's timing for evaluation? 58 seconds, 59 seconds, 1 minute, 59 seconds, none
This
of the
was
above.
easy.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is easy.
we even have an example
I
of
was
a person
stressing
who
about
lost
this.
the state. Yeah.
It is 59, 1 second under. Well done. Next question. Multi-select. Okay, so you have to select two options. Who gave extra feedback? I don't know, to be honest. Krishna Priya, Sake, Soresh, or Dimanta. Do we have to, how many? Two. It's two. I think it's one then. Krishna Priya, Sake, Soresh, or Dimanta. Who did the additional feedback?
Oh no.
Yes.
I got one correct.
There's something called partially correct. I got one correct.
Savish also gave feedback.
I don't think so. Oh, Krishna Priya, 7,000 points. Well done. Next.
Mataji, because the answer was Krishna Priya.
How many people go hungry? 6 million, 7 million,
This is
9
very easy.
8
Oh, it was even emphasized. It was emphasized by Varunpati Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 9 million people.
Yeah, so then you need to share more pizza with them. Next question. How many parts are in the evaluation sheet?
Oh,
3, 4, 2, 5.
I'm so dumb. I'm clicking on Matachi's screen.
3.
Wait, Machi, parts in the sense like rows or columns?
In
No,
any ways, it would be
parts
3.
in the evaluations.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways,
Yeah.
it was three.
Next,
In each column, there
Yep.
are three things.
Yep.
There are
Shivansh
three
is
columns.
coming up.
Shivansh is running.
Double points.
Shivansh, slow down.
No, I don't
What
want to.
percentage of the evaluation sheet were mentioned? 50%, 30%, 20%, 25%. What percentages of the evaluation sheets were mentioned?
This is
Actually,
kind
don't
of
know.
hard.
This
Even I
is
don't
like,
remember
what does
this.
it mean actually?
I don't understand what it means, but I got it wrong.
Okay, I will ask. I will ask Prabhu to explain that. Arvind, wait. Prabhu, would you like to explain that?
Yes. Well, let's considering this is a level. Not many people got it right. Not many people got it wrong. And if you will see the evaluation sheet which I've shared with you, not the evaluation but the judging criteria, you will see there are three big parts of it. So the content, it says 50%, then the delivery is 30%, and 20% is the language. So if you see that, then you will get it. Aryan must have picked it from there.
Aryan, why are you bullying us?
Next.
Yeah, I know I'm coming again.
Which is more significant? Vapu or Vani? Oh, I'm sure everybody should know that. What we are involved more in this session?
This is very easy.
Yes.
This is very easy.
If there would be four options, type of difficult.
Some people might.
Yes, next question, please.
I am 13 points behind Raghav.
Who did the third speech?
Yeah, who did?
Saket, Aditya, Sweetie, or Ananta?
This
Oh no,
is
I clicked the
easy.
wrong
This
one.
is very easy.
We know two of them didn't even give speeches.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
And one
for
of them.
those,
Yeah, I know
no,
who's the answer.
Okay, next question, please.
I
Actually,
got
I
it
thought
right.
Ananta was the last one to do the speech.
How long did Radhanath Swami stay in Puri? Spelling Aryan, watch next time. 16 years, 18 years, 20 years, or 17 years?
Raghunath Das.
Ananta's speech.
I guess it's Raghunath or
Yeah, it's Raghunath does this.
it's not Radhanath Swami Mataji.
Yeah, it's actually Raghunath.
It's
Wait,
Raghunath. Yes.
that is why I got wrong. Wait.
I don't know. I don't know what it was, so I didn't trust anything.
I forgot. I just guessed.
Did Ananta get disqualified? Oh, even I didn't know that. True or false? Ananta would know. I don't know. True or false? Did he get
I'm pretty sure no one was that bad to get disqualified.
Yeah.
Yes, some of them got disqualified. So he
He
did get
got
disqualified.
Disqualify is like when they go above time, right?
got disqualified.
Yeah.
Mataji?
Ananta didn't go above time.
He
Ananta
came like
himself
10
is
seconds
He
less.
was perfect.
He
Yeah,
was
he didn't get
12 seconds
disqualified.
above. Next question.
what?
He was 12 seconds above.
Oh, actually, it was 12 seconds below. I'm
What
pretty
are the
sure.
two techniques that were given? Oh. I know.
This is the easiest.
Well,
Very
Aryan
easy.
just confirmed it was 12 seconds above. And then
Okay.
if you have any.
Well, Aryan, thank you for writing two in the question, so people don't select everything there.
Next question. Oh,
Yes.
Anirudh is on the top now. What was the photo that was given to Pranav? Oh, that's interesting. Water cruise rainbow car.
This is the easiest.
Okay,
Mataji, I guess he gave a lot of time
rainbow.
for this one.
Who's that intelligent rainbow out there?
Mataji, I had
What
actually
does this photo remind? What is this photo?
What does this photo remind, Pranav? Dream, excited, sad, or fun?
Actually, it should be a multi-select. I felt two
Yeah, it should
feelings
be
at the same time.
They still don't answer left.
It's a
It
dream
should
and
be
sad,
dream,
right?
fun, and excited
Yeah.
only.
No, Mashi, it should be a three thing. It should be three things. It was a dream, it was sad, and it was fun because I
I
lost
think
my vacation.
Aryan picked the first one. Did
Did Shrey
Shreya evaluate Pranav?
Did she?
This is super easy.
So
I don't know.
If Pranav doesn't know, then how will like other people know?
Yeah, other people can know if one person doesn't know.
No,
I
but the
don't even
person who was
remember
getting
her talking.
which
Yeah, is she even in the
Yeah.
class?
She
The class.
Mataji called her, but she didn't even like answer.
Sorry,
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
who comes
yeah,
first?
I was.
Mataji, how is it
Tan-ta-da.
possible? Sauraj got 13 out of 17 and Anirudh
Because
got
he did not press fast, that's why.
No,
Timing.
no, 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 no. It's because of
I tell you
multi-select.
sometimes
I
what
got select
happens.
select questions
It's
right except for that
yeah,
30% one.
it depends on the streak as well. How quickly you answer, even if it's wrong, then you
Ma-
get more points. Yes,
Mataji,
Suresh.
Mataji, actually
Harris.
in between I got one question wrong, so my streak went down.
Yeah. No worries. Okay, that was fun.
Mataji,
Over
in
to
the
you,
last
Prabhu.
question, I came 6th because of that.
Okay, Hare Krishna, everyone. I think class is over.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you, everyone, for your time. I'm so sorry for the Kahoot and everything. We delayed a bit, but remember, week 6, the next week is the competition. And one piece of advice: practice, practice, practice. There's nothing else which is going to take us where we want to be. Remember,
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
record yourself, practice, and if anything you need, let me know. Okay? From us.
Probably just 1 minute, I'll just take a screenshot of this page. I want to keep it.
I have given the screenshots in the group, but if
Okay.
feel free to take this, no worries. But I have left in the group, and I've left in the WhatsApp group as well. So your leaders should have it, but feel free to take if you like it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Like,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
can I end the meeting? Are you done? Or do you want to
No,
say anything
yes,
else?
we are done. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for your
Prabhuji,
Thank you
Prabhuji,
so much,
one more
Hare
thing.
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hello, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so
Prabhu, we have a
interview,
question.
what should I do, Prabhuji?
Sorry, Anirudh, you said something, and then somebody said I have question.
Yes, I have a question. It was me. So, what should the interviewers do, like for the competition, like for the next week?
Oh, yes, yeah. For the interviews, there was a slide, but we skipped it. Interviews, I will request because we might not have enough time to interview. Or if we want the time, then let's have one person who will interview and then we will interview the judges. But if I will get the 6 names beforehand, then we can interview the judges. And then judges will decide who was the best interviewer. Otherwise, record the interview and send it to us.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare
Hare Krishna,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare Krishna, everyone.